Utah powerhouse, 17-time state champion, with room for an 18th banner. The second most decorated volleyball program in state history, a school with long tradition and legacy. A tradition and legacy of success and championships. The Lady Rebels now take the court, carrying that legacy proudly. This is Rich Volleyball. And now, here is your voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to another segment of Lady Rebel Volleyball. We are here in Tabiona. Beautiful drive through the Uintas from Randolph to get here. We are going to be seeing the Rich Rebels and the Tabiona Tigers duking it out this afternoon, Saturday afternoon. What could be better? As we are here, the teams are getting warmed up, and we're about 20 minutes away from serve off. In the meantime, we have our pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn West and board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lamb, and clerk Lana Peart. We'll hear from them, and then we'll set the scene for tonight's, or this afternoon's game, rather. You've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife, with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple thing of life means so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being good neighbors. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back off.
Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome again, Rich Rebel fans, to what should be an exciting game between the Tabiona Tigers and the Rich Rebels. We're excited to welcome this segment, this game, onto the air. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us through mylocalradio.com and our stream online, or if you're joining us through the airwaves on 98.3 The Wildlife, let's go back into the Town of Randolph pregame show. Coming up, let's talk about the scene set for today's match. Our scene set brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife, with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com. Let's go ahead now into the beginning scene set. As we're going to talk a little bit here, the Rich Rebels they are 6-5 on the season. Our graphic is a little off, and as it said here, they dropped a couple games to ICS Lyman as well as North Summit recently, but gained great unity at the Star Valley tournament. That's something that we're hoping to see here in Tabiona. They were able to sweep Altamont last night. That first set went a little long, as it was 28-26. Very close for these teams, but great practice and great ability to kind of face adversity and to overcome everything that's been going on. The Tabiona Tigers are 6-1 on the season. They beat Mount Vernon recently and swept Altamont as well a couple of days ago. The last 4 games have been sweeps. Let's go ahead and step aside as we'll get into the next scene set, brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes. Snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. This is a Lady Rebel volleyball match coming up against the Tabiona Tigers here in Tabiona. I'm here Saturday afternoon. What a great way to spend your Saturday afternoon, especially if you're going on that beautiful road trip through the Uintas down here to Tabiona. I was able to drive through. The mountains look so beautiful. It was kind of misty, kind of almost serene in a way, as it is beautiful to drive through the mountains and really misty, and fall is coming upon us. Let's go ahead now as we get into our scene set brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Our scene set today, let's talk a little bit about the Tabiona Tigers, as they are the home team. The home team today. We are here in Tabiona. They are 6-1 on the season. Their last 4 games have been sweeps. They have really been able to perform well. As of lately, their only loss coming against Duchesne a couple weeks ago. Key wins over Manila and Mount Vernon. Tabiona has 5 seniors on the team, and they will be looked for to lead this team in terms of experience, guidance, and they're going to need it today as they face off against this very talented Rich Rebel squad. Both Abby and Mercedes Rhodes are key players on this Tabiona squad, and their connection both on and off the court helps them play to the best of their abilities and lift this team to some serious wins, and it's been happening. We've seen them take on some great teams, and they've been sweeping people. They've been on quite the roll. It's going to be a fantastic game today. Mercedes has 31 aces on the year in only 6 games. Her counterpart leads the team in kills with 62. Great connection between these two girls, as they're going to lead Tabiona against the Rich Rebels. Speaking of the Rich Rebels, they're 6-5 on the season. Frankly, the narrative has changed a little bit since the very beginning of the season, as they were the preseason favorite pick and number 1 in RPI rankings in 1A, and have hit a little bit of a stumbling block as of lately. They've been dropping a few games. They dropped one to ICS. They dropped one against Lyman. They were able to drop. They dropped one against North Summit. And talking with Coach Lamborn, the key thing here is she's really trying to find chemistry and unity. She thinks that once that is finally achieved, well, not like it hasn't been achieved already, but once they've reached that level of just oneness in terms of volleyball play, they're going to be able to really make a run. And that's the key as of the moment. We're trying to hit that unity before the state tournament. Okay, we're still pretty early on in the season. We're getting pretty close to mid-season form. Still a lot of volleyball ahead of us, as pregame is underway here. Stacy's Repair coaches show coming up next. This has been a Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Visit bearlake.org today and plan your next family fun vacation. We're about 15 minutes away from the start of today's action. Coming up, we'll visit with the coaches in tonight's matchup on the Wendy Lamborn pregame coaches show. Today we're going to be interviewing Shay Pace from Randolph for the cheer squad. She's going to be the first interview we have, and then we're going to hear from Coach Wendy Lamborn later on. We'll be right back to the Town of Randolph pregame show. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome again, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coach Wendy Lamborn pregame coaches show. We're incredibly just so stoked for this volleyball game coming up, and special thanks to our producer Colton in the studio for keeping us on the air. It's been wonderful. Any type of difficulties, he's usually able to fix that and keep me in line and righted, keep the ship afloat. We also like to thank Gio Peart. He's running the camera today. Impromptu, and he's going to nail it. We're up in the booth here, Tabiona, Rich High School, coming up in just a minute. Let's go into the coaches show brought to you by Stacy's Repair. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome again, Rich Rebel fans, to another segment of the Coach's Corner. And at this moment, I have the opportunity to pin down Shay Pace. As much as she was excited to do this interview, she's given me the time to kind of talk a little bit about the cheer squad. Shay, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thanks, Cody.
No problem. I was able to speak with you and watch your girls do routine during the Parowan game. They were absolutely stellar out there cheering on this squad. And I hear that you've added two more players. Well, not players, but two more members to your squad. Is that correct?
It is, yeah. We just added Tylee Tingy and Araya Osler onto our team. They're both juniors this year, so it's really fun.
Awesome.
It's a fun team, and that routine, it did look really good, and I am so excited for them because they learned it in 2 days. So they did awesome.
There you go.
Awesome learning it.
They nailed it. Yeah. So
yeah.
How did you rope those two girls into coming on, or did you have other girls on the team recruiting them? Like, what's the recruitment process for you, Coach?
I just asked them if they would be interested. I asked them this summer, and they kind of was like, no, but over homecoming is actually when they come and ask me if they could come onto the team. So they seen that it looked fun, and they wanted to do something. So I said, we'll take you.
There you go. And homecoming was incredible for me to cover in terms of sports. The girls were out there cheering their heart out, and they really gave such an awesome atmosphere, and they were a key component of homecoming. Coach Pace, how did you kind of get started with the cheerleading here at Rich High School?
Well, I actually cheered at Rich High School when I was in high school, and then I just decided they had an opening, and I decided it'd be fun to coach, and that's how I got started there.
It's funny how stuff like that kind of works out, right? Like,
yeah, it just worked out.
I can say the exact same thing in my position, but it's been just amazing to be able to come to Randolph and Randolph, I kid you not, I was able to drive into Randolph the first time for about a month ago, and it just has the coolest atmosphere and such a good vibe to it. What do you think the secret is of Randolph having that such an awesome atmosphere?
I think it's the kids. I don't know. They just love being there,
Mm-hmm.
and their spirit. Like, they want to have school spirit, and just I don't know. I know having the parents involved with it too.
Mm-hmm.
That helps, because it's just a whole community all together, and we just want to see the kids do great, and so we just follow them everywhere.
Dude, I cannot agree more. Like, it's been amazing to see the kids be involved. The faculty's fantastic. The coaches, everybody just seems so integrated as to part of Rich High School and all the activities that they got going on. It's been so fun. It's been absolutely fantastic. Coach Shay Pace of the cheer squad here at Rich High School, I'm able to pin her down and talk with her. Coach Pace, cheer. I never did cheer in high school, so it's a brand new thing to me. But what kind of values and what kind of things are you trying to teach these girls on top of being a supporter of the community?
I teach them to always do their best, no matter what. Give it 110%, and just remember, everyone's watching you, from little kids in elementary clear up to the adults. So just always remember to do your best.
There you go. And do their best. They did, because they killed it at the when Parowan came to town and they did their segment out there during halftime. It was just fantastic. You said it was in 2 days they learned that stuff?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
They did really good.
They did fantastic. I think if you probably would have put a gun up to my head and gave me about 4 months, I don't think I could have done it. So congratulations, Coach, for all that you do and for these girls and adding more members. Is there anything you want to kind of touch up on before we end our interview?
I just want to say, go Rich Rebels, and the cheerleaders support them all the way.
There you go. You heard it here first from Coach Shay Pace here of the Rich High Cheer Squad. We'll go ahead and step aside as you've been listening to the Coach's Corner on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Let's go ahead and quickly get into the Coach Wendy Lamborn interview as we're getting our starting lineup out there, brought to you by Lutz Construction. Let's do the interview with Coach Lamborn. Here's Coach Lamborn.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the pregame coaches show. I am joined with Coach Wendy Lamborn. Coach Lamborn, it's been a hot minute since I've had you on an interview. Welcome back. Thank you. It is good to have you here. It was great to see you at the cancer awareness game. I hear it was a great success. Do you want to touch up on what we accomplished there that night?
It's a great thing that we do with North Summit, where we get together and we raise money for someone in the community that's in need, that's fighting that awful disease, and be able to get together as a teams and make some money and maybe just relieve them for finance. So it was very successful. The girls all brought stuff, had a silent auction. It turned out great, and we made a lot of money, so that was great.
That's perfect. It was such an amazing kind of experience to see the collaboration from North Summit and from Rich, and the proceeds went to those that were affected, and it just seemed like an overall great, successful event that happened. So congratulations, Coach, and we'll congratulate North Summit and Coach Sam Stevens as well. Moving into the actual game portion, Annie Peart, your senior, had 26 kills and with a high for the team. I guess she's kind of been a name that I've called quite a lot in terms of broadcasting. What have you challenged her as a senior this year for her to overcome and to accomplish?
Annie is a competitor, and that's what she'll do for you pretty much every game. She'll give it everything she has, it was cute last week. As I wasn't at one of the games, I was able to hear what she had said, and she says, "I've never walked off a floor where I could say I literally gave it my all, but I can say that I literally couldn't give anything else," and I absolutely love that I can count on her for that.
She has been a star for the team and someone to look to in terms of consistency. She plays hard every single time. And Coach, consistency is something that we wanted to cover a little bit. We've seen some amazing rallies. We've seen some amazing highlights. We've seen these girls gel together a little bit. And as for you and your coaching staff, what is the key to keeping that consistent throughout the season?
You know, I really rely on a few girls that are my glue, I feel like, for the team. And I feel like they keep things consistent. And if I can just keep the glue going, so to speak, I feel like that we can be successful.
Coach, consistency, always something you strive for. And one thing that I talked with Coach Burdette Weston about last week was about chemistry, team unity, doing your job. Would you say that that's been the mantra since you've come back from illness?
Absolutely. I think we've got to get to that and figure out what chemistry is going to work the best for our team. You know, we have a lot of talent, and we've got to get so that we're convinced that we have a lot of talent, and then go with it. But chemistry is a huge part of a team, and to figure out which girls are going to jive better with which girls to have a successful outcome. That's what we've got to get figuring out. And at this point of our season, that's got to be the important part right now.
That was Coach Lamborn. Special thanks to her for taking the moment to meet with me and talk a little bit about this team. We're getting close to serve off. Let's take a quick break, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife, with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today. Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans. We are getting ready for serve off. This Tabiona team and your Rich Rebels. Let's go ahead. We'd like to thank Stacy's Repair for the coaches show, as well as the town of Laketown for helping us out. The opening serve from Tabiona will be taken by Rich, set up in the middle for Huffaker. She'll go to the back left corner off of the forearms of Mercedes Rose and in. That's going to be a Bear Lake Realty kill, and we'll add that to our Station on Main scoreboard. Let's go ahead and we will dive into the Laketown Ledger later. Here's McKee with service, taken by Tabiona in the middle, slapped over by the 10-foot line. That's going to go high and out of bounds. 2 points for your Rich Rebels against the Tabiona Tigers. This first set brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Serving Rich County residents for generations, this opening serve was brought to you by Pam Corney with Town & Country Realty. Town & Country in Garden City. There it is, and another Crawford Trough ace for McKee. She's on a roll here as they are up 3-0. Here's McKee again. Taken at the back line by Tabiona. Rhodes will set up on the far left side. Dug up there by Argyle. McKee back set for Peterson, who keeps it alive and puts it over on the Tabiona side. Here comes an attack from Tabiona off of the forearms. It's going to be touched, I believe, and that'll be the first points for Tabiona. Great attack there by Briella Allred. We welcome you if you're joining us on mylocalradio.com or on 98.3 The Wildlife. Argyle will keep alive that serve from Tabiona. Pretty close. Darlene Peterson with a laser beam across the middle. Great Bear Lake Realty kill for Peterson. As I'm getting my bearings up here in the booth. New place, new things to see. We're getting ready as Lamborn serves over to Tabiona. Here's Rhodes setting up in the middle for her teammate, Abby Rhodes. Rhodes to Rhodes. You're going to be hearing that quite a little bit. as we are 4-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll go ahead and get ready for service from Tabiona. Taken by Peart on the back line, set up from McKee, high and outside for Argyle. Argyle sends it over off of the forearms of Rhodes. This time it's Mercedes Rhodes. As we're keeping it here, Bear Lake Realty kill for Argyle. Here we go. Here's Mackenzie Smith, senior for the Rich Rebels. Service received by Tabiona. High and up and cleared over by Cicely Fabrizio. Here's Argyle with an attack. It will be down on the Tabiona side, right in front of the back line of Tabiona. Another Bear Lake Realty kill. These girls have been killing it so far. I can't even keep up with them. That's how fast that they are rolling right now. Here comes Smith again. Service taken on the back line by Tabiona. This is Allred setting up Thomas, and she'll find points, and it was touched by the Rich Rebels on her attack right on the front line. 3-6, your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here we go. Here is Allred again. Service from Tabiona. Taken by Lamborn. McKee will set up high and in the middle for Peart. Peart will find a wall, but it will be kept alive by Rich. Here comes Tabiona. Allred setting up. This time we'll get a block of our own as Tabiona is going to try one more time, but this time it will sail high and out of bounds. That was a great attack and rally there, specifically by Taylor Thomas of Tabiona. But it's going to go out of bounds. Good eye not to touch that one. We're up 7-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's Grohl, taken by Tabiona on the back line. Allred will set up Rhodes, who will punch it over, have Lamborn dig it up. There's a fight near the tape, and I believe McKee just went into the tape, and they're going to call points for Tabiona. We're at 7-4, your reading. Special thanks to Gio Peart, as he is here helping us with camera. Great work, and a kill from Annie Peart. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill for her. Here comes Argyle. Argyle will serve, and it will be taken on the back line of Tabiona. It will go off of the forearms and down off of Abby Rhodes, the senior 5'6" for Tabiona. Crawford Trough ace for Argyle. She's back again to serve. Sets up right on the block of the basketball court and sends it over. This time it will be dug up by Bagley. Allred setting up her teammate in the middle. It will be slapped over but dug up by Rich. High and outside for Lamborn for an attack. It will hit pay dirt on the back line. They are just on fire at this moment, up 10-4. Your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's Argyle again. She's been finding pay dirt right back there. Service taken by Tabiona. Allred will back set there as the attack will be dug up by Rich. McKee in the middle for Peart, who will read the defense, try and put it over the front line. Great move, but it will be dug up by Tabiona. Peart again was slapping it over. Allred will go to Rhodes. Off of Argyle in the back corner, and then Grohl and out of bounds. Great move there by Tabiona. Correction, that was Bagley with the kill on that last one. Here comes Tabiona, and it's just going to go off of the fingertips of Smith. Just a little awkward as Grohl's not able to get underneath it. 10-6, your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here comes Tabiona again. Received by Smith. McKee, high and outside for Lamborn. Great work, great setup. Just picture perfect as Lamborn will get another Bear Lake Realty kill. Here's Annie Peart. First time serving today. She'll get that jumping serve up and over. It will be dug up by Tabiona near the 10-foot line. In the middle to the left, it will be cleared over close to the line. Grohl will keep it in bounds. McKee will set up Lamborn again, high and outside to the left. Off of the forearms and out of Fabrizio. Bear Lake Realty kill for Lamborn. She's had quite a few. As the Rich Rebels are up 12-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Peart will send it over to the libero for Tabiona. An attack coming from Rhodes. This time Abby Rhodes off of the forearms of Argyle near the free throw line and the back line of the volleyball court. will find pay dirt, and it will go out into the stands behind the volleyball court. Here comes Mercedes Rose. Rhodes will go to Argyle, and she'll receive McKee. And then Peart will slap it over past the 10-foot line and out the back line. Too far, too strong. 12-8, your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's Rhodes again, back to serve. Received on the back line by Argyle. McKee right near the tape, high and outside for Huffaker. Huffaker puts that one over near the 10-foot line. Here comes an attack from Tabiona. Dug up there by Peart. McKee again for Lamborn, who tries to finesse and touch it over. It's going to go off of the forearms of Bagley, but it will only go 3 inches off of the ground and fall down onto the Tabiona side. Great read there by Lamborn. McKee back to serve. Back left line, here we go, 10-foot line setup. Here's an attack there from Allred. Allred's going to put it into the net, however, as points will go to the Rich Rebels. Up 14-8 in your first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. McKee, laser beam about an inch above the tape, will be received and cleared over by Tabiona. Argyle to McKee, setting up back set for Peterson, but she just doesn't get a good beat on that. It's going to get slapped into the net. 9-14, your reading so far. So far, a great execution by the Rich Rebels as they are up 5 points. Make that 6 points now as a service from Tabiona will go into the net again. Good execution and good communication so far. We're going to see Brittany Lamborn, the senior, to serve for the Rich Rebels. Dug up by the libero, and here comes an attack from Rhodes. Rhodes will be too far to the left, out of bounds near the Rich bench. Here we go, 16-9. Lamborn will stay in her spot. Serve over, it'll be dug up by the libero near the back line. Kept alive, this is incredible if they're able to get it over the top of the Ducks in the rafters, but not over the net onto the Rich side. Crawford Trough ace for Brittany Lamborn. 17-9, your reading. Number 23 serves for Rich. It's going to be received and sent right back to the Rich sideline. Peterson will set up Huffaker right on the logo of Tabiona. Slapped over and dug up. Here's Allred setting up her teammate. Allred to Rhodes, but that one will go into the net right near the logo. She tried to climb the ladder. Not enough, though, as we are up 18-9, your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Epic Recreation blocks, so we hope to see later on, but Huffaker says, I'll just do it myself, rises above and slaps it over the net right near the 10-foot line. Bear Lake Realty kill for her. They're racking up kills. Here's Lamborn. She stayed there for a while. Dug up by the libero. Sent back to the Rich side. Peterson will set up Argyle to the left, high and out. Nice finesse touch onto the Tabiona side for more points. Argyle getting some work in for varsity time. Rich on a 5-0 run so far. Here's Rhodes setting up other Rhodes for Tabiona. It'll be dug up by Rich. High and outside for Argyle. Argyle this time puts a little too much muscle into it, and it will go out the back line. That will stop the run for Rich. They're up 20-10 in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Abby Rhodes will go over, and Argyle will receive. It will go right near the Tabiona side and down, but Darlene Peterson is there to keep it alive, and then Huffaker after that gets the setup from her teammate and puts it right down and over for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Huffaker comes out. Mackenzie Smith will come in substitution-wise. Smith back to serve, up 21-10. Pretty clear dominance by the Rich Rebels so far as Tabiona receives, and Allred will clear over for Tabiona. Smith to McKee to Peart right in the middle. Peart will put it over, but it will be kept alive by Tabiona. Great work there by McKinley Strebel. Here's Darlene Peterson. She'll put it into the net just a little too short. Darlene is, will get her spot. She'll get hers in just a minute. 11-21, your reading. Here comes Allred, the senior for Tabiona. Be dug up by Lamborn near the back line. McKee near the tape, high and outside for Peart. Peart, great move as it will bounce off the top of the tape and down near the 10-foot line of Tabiona. 22-11, your reading. Out comes Peterson, in comes Grohl. Grohl back there, and she will serve. All red will set up Tabiona there. Right at the front line, there will be a battle at the tape, and that will be a wonderful read by Taylor Thomas, who was facing down McKee and Peart right on the Rebel logo, not on the Tabiona logo right in the middle. She'll just kind of lob it over near the far side judge and inbounds. Great work. 12-22, your reading. Here comes the attack by the Rich Rebels. Peart on a running jump spike will hit the back right corner for a Bear Lake Realty kill. She's up to 5, I believe, at this point. 23-12, your reading. Here's Argyle back to serve. Dug up on the back line by Tabiona. All red back set there for Mercedes Rhodes. Great dig from Argyle on the back line. Here comes Rhodes again, but that one is going to be too close to the tape, and she can't get it up and over. 24-12. Beautiful, picture-perfect Town of Woodruff dig for Argyle on that last one to keep it alive. This is set point in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Taylor Thomas says absolutely not. Not yet, though. She'll attack and find the back left corner. 13-24, your reading. Taylor Thomas, the junior 5'6" outside hitter for Tabiona. She'll send it to Argyle. Argyle to McKee, and then Lamborn. Lamborn will have her attack kept alive by Tabiona, but we'll go back to the Rich side. Here comes Peart with her attack, but it will be just a little too far out the back line, about maybe a foot and a half. Would have been cool, but not this time around. 14-24, your reading. Thomas to Smith in the middle, then to McKee, right in the middle to Peart. I don't think that they were quite on the same page as Peart just puts it into the net. I don't think she was quite ready for it. Here's 25. Here's that set point again for Rich. It's 15-24 with Tabiona serving. Here's Thomas, dug up by Lamborn. Really close to the tape. McKee just has to send it over. Slapped over by Tabiona. McKee will set up Lamborn high and outside on the left. Off of the forearms, is going to be close. Battle at the net, kept alive. McKee will clear it over for Rich, and it will be sent right back. Great read there by Mercedes Rhodes. Mercedes Rhodes on the front line, and maybe Rich thought that they were going to set up some sort of play, but Rhodes just kind of hammered it right back there. 16-24. Thomas. Smith digs it. Peart with a little touch over, and it will go, and Mercedes Rhodes will try and bump it, but it will hit the far judge, and that will be the end of the first set. That was quick. Very quick for that first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Rich High School taking the first one 25-16, as we'll go ahead and step aside, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we are now going into the second set. That first set gone and in the past already. We're going to go ahead and the Rich Rebels will take that first set. 25-16. Peart looking like she always does, an absolute MVP for this team, but mostly chemistry I'm being able to see as part of this team. Good to see as this second set is coming up. Brought to you by LSR Refrigerated, Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family. Let's take one more quick break on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on mylocalradio.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! Weststar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Second set now brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Here comes a serve from McKee, dug up by Tabiona. Great attack and block by Huffaker and Peterson. Rhodes is trying to do her own thing, and it's going to happen as Huffaker will attack the libero on the back line, and it will go off of her forearms and out for the first points of the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. That is a Bear Lake Realty kill. Here's McKee again. McKee at the libero on the back line. Here's Rhodes putting it too far out of bounds cross court. She was trying to look for her teammate Abby Rhodes, but it was just a little too far. 2-2 your reading. We'll go ahead. Here's McKee again. Mercedes over to Bagley, and that will go into the net. Quick jump on the Tabiona Tigers, and what we'd like to see as a Rich Rebel fan. Here's McKee. McKee to the libero on the back line. It will be kept alive and cleared over by Rhodes. McKee again will to Darlene Peterson, high and outside for Lamborn. Lamborn with her attack, it will be dug up on the back line. Bagley slaps it over to Peart. McKee sets up Lamborn again on the back, on the far side, and it will travel down near the line on the left side of Tabiona and in. Great work for Lamborn. 4-0 your reading as McKee back there and Rich on a 4-0 run to start this LSR Refrigerated second set. Taken by Tabiona, kept alive and tried to be cleared over. It's going to be close. It's going to be hit by Darlene Peterson, and off the tape it might have been able to hit the tape. I don't know. Pretty close. Peart will attack. Allred will set up Rhodes in the middle. That will find pay dirt for the stoppage of the bleeding for Tabiona. Abby Rhodes, the senior, finds her mark. Peart will dig that up, but it will go into the net. Just a little bit awkward. It almost looked like a knuckleball if we were in baseball of some sort, and it will just be a little too much. We're at 4-2, your station on main scoreboard reading. Now 5-2 as that service will be put into the net for a service error by Tabiona. Now we will see Brittany Lamborn, the senior. And we get the whistle and clearance. We're ready to go. Service taken by the libero of Tabiona, right into the dead spot of their defense. Crawford Trough ace for Brittany Lamborn. Let's see if she can do it again. I've jinxed her a couple times on this broadcast. No, this time it goes over. Rhodes will set up Rhodes in the middle, and it will go off of Lamborn's forearms and out of bounds. Great work by Abby Rhodes. Getting the setup from her counterpart that shares the same last name. I'm not sure if it's a sister or a cousin or whatever, but they're on the same page on the volleyball court. Here's the service by Tabiona. Here's Violet Taylor in, and then back set from McKee to Darlene Peterson. That will find pay dirt near the left side 10-foot line and in. Bear Lake Realty kill for Peterson. I got to tell you, it's very difficult to keep stats when these girls are playing at a breakneck speed like this. Here's Smith. Smith will go over. It will be dug up there by Tabiona. Back line, back set, and nobody there. Almost able to get that up and over. Mercedes Rhodes had to almost Superman into the stands, but that one will fall onto the Tabiona side. 8-3, your reading. Smith over to Tabiona. Allred will set up her teammate, Fabrizio. Fabrizio's attack will be kept alive by Rich as Violet Taylor taps it over the front line of Tabiona. Slap from Tabiona, and perhaps the judges weren't 100% sure, but they're going to give them the points as the attack from Tabiona will find, I guess, a tip from the Rich Rebels. Here comes Allred. Correction, that is Abby Rhodes, who on the serve hits the top of the net and will fall onto the Rich side. Only down 3 now, Abby. Abby leads the team with 62 kills for Tabiona this season. Darlene Peterson will clear it over for Rich. Rhodes will set up Fabrizio, and that will go to Smith near the back line. Peart will tap that over, and perhaps we will see Tabiona touch the net, and that will get called. 9-5, your reading. Peart, much like her cousin Amanda. Amanda is holds the record for most kills in a match, 5th all-time in state history with 39 kills in a match. That was in 2006 in October against Skyline. Here comes Tabiona, cleared over by Fabrizio. McKee will set up Peart on the left, and that will find Paydirt. Good attack there by Peart, and that will put them to 11 as I was running my mouth about some stats. Rich got points. Ambria Lutz will send it over and serve. Fabrizio with an attack from Tabiona. Kept alive by Rich. This time Violet Taylor will attack. Good, great read and perfect placement. A little bit past the 10-foot line. Violet Taylor for Rich will get her Bear Lake Realty kill of the game. Here's Lutz. Oh, here we go as Tabiona attacks. Lamborn keeps it alive. McKee to Violet Taylor. She was able to score on the last one. She'll send it right at Rhodes, Abby Rhodes. Attack and battle at the tape will lead to 4 touches by Tabiona. Ambria Lutz will send it over. This time a service error. By the way, speaking of Ambria Lutz, the starting lineup that we covered at the very beginning of this game brought to you by Lutz Construction. Here comes Briella Allred. Allred will have her serve dug up by Lamborn. Now on the Tabiona side, attack from Taylor. Taylor Thomas. She will attack and rise and hit the back left corner. 7-13, your reading. Tabiona down 5 points. 6 points, rather. Here comes McKee serving up Peart right at the line. And Peart, like a superhero or somebody walking away from an explosion, she'll tap it over, hit the corner on the front line, and walk away for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Here's Violet Taylor. Taylor will send the serve over. Here's Allred setting up Thomas. McKee now will set up Lamborn high and outside to the left. This is too far outside, too strong. Out of bounds out the back line. Good setup, and it was quick. Substitution now as Bagley comes in for Tabiona. Smith digs up the serve. Here comes an attack from Peart. Peart just a little too low, and her attack will go into the net. 14-9, your reading in the second set. Brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wish the Rebels good luck in all that they do. Service from Tabiona and Cicely Fabrizio. That will go into the net and down. That will add points to the Rich scoreboard. Here comes Peart with her serve. Tabiona keeps it alive and set up high and outside to the left. Dug up there by Violet Taylor, kept alive by Peart. This time, Huffaker will clear it over back to Tabiona. Allred setting up her teammate Thomas in the middle. Great Town of Woodruff dig by McKee and kept alive and sent back over to Tabiona. Allred back setting now, this time to Rhodes. Rhodes misjudges and it will go into the net. That was a great rally and great sequence, just not enough. As McKee, on her toes, ever watching vigilant, gets that Town of Woodruff dig. Peart, service, will find Paydirt, not necessarily an ace, but it will go off of 2 Tabiona players and out. 17-9, Allred, back sets for Thomas, Taylor Thomas. Kept alive by Rich and sent over by Huffaker. Fabrizio to Allred. High and outside to Bagley. Bagley too far and out to the back right corner. $18-9 is my reading. Perhaps I am mistaken, and guess what? I am mistaken because they're going to go ahead and give points to Tabiona, saying that the front line of Rich touched that. Taylor with an ace for Tabiona. Drops from the sky like a bowling ball. right in front of Violet Taylor and Annie Peart. Here comes Thomas again. This time Peart will dig it up. Huffaker with an attack on the front of the logo, but it will go into the net too low. 12-17. You're reading. Here comes service from Tabiona. McKee will set up Lamborn high and outside to the left. Too far. Out the back line. It will go to Tabiona for points. Service from Tabiona. Annie Peart digs on the back line. McKee in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker sends it over, finds the back left corner for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Good job. Lamborn. That last 2 points by Lamborn. Homecoming royalty this year. And Lamborn leads her team in digs as of this moment, as McKee will have a service error into the net. We're in the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Here's Mercedes Rhodes to Peart. Peart to McKee. Will go high and outside for Darlene Peterson. That's the first time she's been in that position. It will be points for Tabiona. Nobody touched it. Darlene Peterson looks in unbelief. I think it happens occasionally. Here we go. 15-18. Lamborn on the back line to McKee. Darlene Peterson this time. Second time's the charm. She'll get it high and outside on the left, rise, and put it down on the Tabiona side cross court. 19-15, your reading. Lamborn serves, sends it over to Tabiona. Rhodes sets up in the middle for Abby Rhodes, kept alive by McKee. This time, Violet Taylor will attack on the left side. Bagley, fight at the line. Huffaker, Violet Taylor, Darlene Peterson. Here's Mercedes Rhodes, back set to Abby Rhodes, and she'll put it into the net on the attack. 20-15. Here's Lamborn back to serve. Libero for Tabiona keeps it alive. Mercedes Rhodes sends it over. Peterson to Huffaker in the middle. Huffaker out of bounds, out the back line on her attack. Substitution. Out comes Bagley. In comes McKinley Strebel. Strebel will send it over to Peart on the back line, kept alive. McKee, this time to Taylor on the left side. Bear Lake Realty kill, right in smack dab in the middle of the defense. Violet Taylor has been a key contributor on this varsity squad. She's getting her minutes, and she's doing a fantastic job. Here comes Mackenzie Smith. Smith sends it over. It'll be dug up by Fabrizio, and they'll get the set out to her on the left side. But her attack just a little too low. It will go into the net. We're at 22-16. Here's Smith. Smith right over the line. It will bounce off of the face of the libero. It will be kept alive. 4 touches. Great work by Mackenzie Smith. Here she is as we're up 23-16. Fabrizio. And then inside for Abby Rhodes. She'll attack right at Mackenzie Smith, and Mackenzie Smith just couldn't catch that laser beam of an attack. It will go off of her fingertips and out of bounds. Great kill by Abby Rhodes. She will serve now. This time, Smith keeps it alive, and Taylor clears it over for Rich. McKee to Peterson in the middle for Peart. Peart off of the fingertips of the front line of Tabiona. It will hit also the back left corner and out. Out comes Peterson, in comes Ambria Lutz. Lutz will serve. Put it on the back line of Tabiona. It will be kept alive, side set, and out of bounds. It was going to be a good thought if it were staying in bounds, but Briella Allred will put it out of bounds on a side set. That second set will end with a Rich win. They will take it 25-17. One more point than Tabiona had last set. We are screaming through these volleyball sets currently. We'll go ahead and reset the score as Rich goes up 2-0 so far here in Tabiona. We'll go ahead and step aside as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to another edition of Rich Rebel Volleyball. Currently, right now, your Lady Rebels are up 2-0 on the Tabiona Tigers. We're going to go into our third set. Our third set brought to you by Rich County Government, Rebels with a Champion Cause. Here we go, as we will see who gets the ball. Again, great work, and key thing we're looking for from the Rich Rebels, from Coach Lamborn herself, is we're looking for team unity, we're looking for chemistry, and service from Tabiona will be taken by Rich and slapped over by Huffaker on the third touch. Back over. McKee tries to set up her teammates, but it will go out of bounds. Tabiona will score for the first time and get first points, first blood in this third set. Here comes Huffaker with an attack. It's set up from McKee. Great work by Huffaker. She'll rise and right near the logo and put it in bounds. Here's McKee. McKee sends it over, hits the top of the tape, and will be dug up by Tabiona Fabrizio. Here comes Rhodes. Rhodes dug up by McKee. Cleared over by Huffaker. Libero of Tabiona, then to Rhodes again, back set to Allred. Here comes the attack from Rich. Lamborn dances on the tape a little bit. We'll get 2 touches there on Bagley. Rich will go up 2-1 in the score department. Here's McKee. McKee over, dug up by Tabiona on the front line. Mercedes will set up Abby. Dug up and kept alive. This time Rich on the offensive. They'll set up Lamborn high and outside to the left. It will be too far out of bounds, too far out the back line. We're tied 2-2 in this third set, brought to you by Rich County Government, Rebels with a Champion Cause. We'd love to see some more Town of Woodruff digs and perhaps an epic recreation block by the Rich Rebels soon. Here comes the service. McKee will set up Darlene Peterson high and outside to the left. It will be sent back by Tabiona. This time Huffaker will try. 2 blocks in a row. Let's try one more time. Side set by McKee. What a wonderful move. As McKee able to side set and read the defense. We'll get a replay on that. The ball will come back, and McKee will just tap it on over to the soft part of the defense. Great work by her. We are up 3-2. You're reading on the station on main scoreboard. That's got the resume for the precision play of the game later on. That attack from Tabiona will go off of the forearms of Lamborn. We're tied 3-3. Here's Abby Rhodes of Tabiona. We get the near judge coming to the scores table, just double checking everything is good. We'll get the clearance. Here comes Abby Rhodes with the jumping serve right down the middle. Dug up by Argyle. McKee cleared over by Lamborn. Rhodes to Fabrizio. It will go over and dug up on the back line by Lamborn. McKee side set for Argyle. Across the court, rather. Here comes the attack from Tabiona. Back to Rich. Peterson. Huffaker in the middle. Slaps it over off of the forearms of Abby Rhodes and out of bounds. Bear Lake Realty kill for her. Great work, Peterson. They're up 4-3. Special thanks to producer Colton in the studio, keeping us on air, as well as unappreciated, underrated cameraman Gio Peart. He's up here in the booth, rocking it as we get ready to continue the third set. We're getting maybe perhaps a stoppage of play, and we'll take a timeout, seeing as we have not had hardly any time to breathe this entire broadcast. We'll go ahead and step aside on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, The Wildlife at mylocalradio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Bringing you back to the action now. Tabiona on the defensive, now offensive. Fabrizio will send it over to Smith. McKee back setting for Darlene Peterson on the near side. She'll try and find a soft spot, but won't find it. Rhodes will set up Fabrizio near the near side. Dug up by Lamborn on the backside. Peart will battle at the tape and send it back over to Tabiona. Here comes an attack from Taylor Thomas. Taylor Thomas thought that somebody touched it, and the judges are going to disagree with her on that one. 5-3, your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. For the Rich Rebels, they're up 2-0. Here comes Smith. Dug up on the back line by Tabiona. Fabrizio will clear it over to McKee. McKee to Peterson. Cross set there for Argyle. Argyle off of the forearms of Allred and down. Great work for Argyle. She was on the far side of the court, and she was able to just smack it in there. Off of the forearms, and it will stay in play either way. Allred now will set up her teammate Fabrizio. Fabrizio will counter with an attack of her own and send it right into the middle of the Rich defense and down. 6-4. Allred serves. Dug up by Lamborn, sent back over to Tabiona. Fight at the net. And it will not be enough for Tabiona to dig that open over. It will be points for Rich as Peart made her presence known. 7-4 for the Rich Rebels. Hatch this time was seeing her for the first time, I believe, in this game, and her service will go into the net. Substitution as Bagley, I believe, will come in for Tabiona. 5-7, your reading. Fabrizio sends it to Argyle, who will get the back set here for Peart. Peart will put a laser beam and will be kept alive and cleared over. Back to Rich it goes. McKee far and out for Argyle and in. Argyle, great work. She hits the back right corner. She's been killing it so far in the third set. Here comes Argyle to serve. Argyle, with her service, goes out of bounds to the right. 6-5. Advantage Rich High School. Taylor Thomas will send it to Lamborn. Lamborn to McKee, back sets for Peart. Peart will hit the back line, just enough to get that one in. Bear Lake Realty kill for Peart. Peart now, I believe, is in double digits in kills. 10 for her as she serves. Sends it over. Tabiona will attack, and the attack there by Abby Rhodes will go out of bounds too far to the right. Will go into the stands. 10-6 in the third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Annie sends it over. The libero tries to dig and keeps it alive. It will be up in the air and cleared over by Tabiona. And, great placement there on the clearance. It was just kind of in a dead spot in the middle of the Rich defense. They will find points on that one. Mercedes Rhodes will go to Argyle. Argyle will dig. McKee high and outside for Lamborn, who slaps it over. 10-foot line received. Here comes Tabiona's attack. That's out of bounds, not touched by anybody. It will go out the back line. An attack by Abby Rhodes. We get 11-7. Your reading. Substitution. Hatch will come out. Darlene Peterson will come in. Here's McKee. McKee will send it over to Tabiona and cleared over by Allred. There's Lamborn to McKee, up for Darlene Peterson on the near side. Kept alive by Tabiona and cleared over. Argyle to McKee this time. Back for Peterson. Peterson. Laser beam kept alive and kept back over to Rich's side. McKee this time to Lamborn. Great defense by Tabiona to keep this ball inbounds. They'll clear it back over to Rich. Fourth attacking sequence. Darlene Peterson to Huffaker now in the middle. It will be in and hit the right line of Tabiona. Huffaker with an eye for the ball and where to put it. Good work from her. Here comes McKee. McKee. Short set from Mercedes Rhodes to Abby Rhodes. And Rich will clear it. Here comes Mercedes back to Abby. This time, it will work. Almost the same sequence and attack from Tabiona. Didn't work the first time. It will work the second time. In comes McKinley Strebel. Strebel serves. Peart near the 10-foot line. This time the attack from Peterson will go into the net and sent back to Rich. Now Tabiona has the ball. Peart will keep it up. McKee to Lamborn, outside to the left, off of the neck of the libero. Gracie Fabrizio of Tabiona for the Bear Lake Realty kill. Here's Lamborn back to serve. Service taken by Gracie Fabrizio, then to McKee. Peterson in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker gets that ball sent back. Fight at the net. And Argyle will win that one against Allred. 14-8. Your Rich Rebels up by 6 points. Service by Lamborn, taken at the back line of Tabiona. Cross set there for Fabrizio. And McKee sends that one over. Here comes an attack from Tabiona. Abby Rhodes tries to climb the ladder, but her attack will go into the net. Right in the middle of the floor, 15-8. Here's Lamborn. Lamborn dug up by Gracie Fabrizio and sent over to the Rich side. Peterson will set up Argyle outside and to the left. Argyle will have that ball sent back to her and kept alive by Rich. Here's Huffaker. She's done it once and then she'll do it twice, maybe perhaps the third time in this game. She will read the front line defense of Tabiona and hit the corner on the front line near the Tabiona side. We're going to go ahead and step aside as this timeout will lead us to a 16-8 lead for the Rich Rebels on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans. We're in the third set brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a champion cause. The ball will be in the possession of the Rich Rebels. They will serve up 16-8 on the Tabiona Tigers, hoping to put this away in the third set. Here's service from Lamborn, dug up by Gracie Fabrizio, sent back to the Rich side and slapped over by Argyle. Allred sets up Fabrizio for the attack and kept alive by Rich. McKee in the middle for Lutz. Lutz will send it over. Here's Allred again setting up Abby Rhodes and a monster block, Epic Recreation monster block there by Ambria Lutz and Huffaker. We'll get a replay of that, just sent right back. What a fantastic move by the front line, and we get an ace while we're here watching the replay. I am all discombobulated, but we are here. And 3 straight points for the Rich Rebels. They're going to go up 19-8. Here's Lamborn with the service. Received by Fabrizio, set over by Abby. McKee with the pancake dig. Here comes the attack by Tabiona. Great dig again by McKee. Lamborn will keep it alive. McKee will set up in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker will send it near the back line. Can't be dug up and can't be reeled in by the libero of Tabiona. Bear Lake Realty kill for her. Great work. These girls are on a roll today. Here is Lamborn, and she must have heard what I said in the booth because her service will go into the net. Stop the run. That was like, I believe, a 5-something run. Because they were up 16-8. Yeah, so they went on a 4-0 run. And Abby Rhodes with her service will go into the net, sending the ball back to Rich, up 21-9. Huffaker will come out. So will McKee. Wiltsey will come in for Rich. Her first minutes so far of the varsity season. She will set up Peart in the middle. Peart will slap it over. It will be dug up by Tabiona on the back line. Here comes Fabrizio with her attack. Smith keeps it alive. We're going to get 2 hits on the Rich Rebels. Wiltsey will get called for 2 hits. Here she is setting up Argyle on the far side and out of bounds. 11-21, 2 points in a row for Tabiona. Lamborn will keep the serve up and over for Tabiona. Here is Rhodes with an attack. Here's Peart slapping it over at the 10-foot line, dug up by Allred. Mercedes Rhodes sets up Abby Rhodes in the middle. Peart, monster block right on the front line. Great work by her. Points now 22-11 in favor of the Rich Rebels. Here's Lutz to serve. Lutz sends it over. Allred will try and keep it alive and cleared over by Fabrizio. Smith to Wilson. To Peart. Reads the front of the defense and down. Peart racking up her points for this game. Been an absolute superstar. 23-11. You're reading off of the forearms and kind of almost out of bounds, but kept alive by Tabiona. Wilson to Argyle. Argyle will put it into the net just a little too far out of bounds in the set department. 12-23. Fabrizio will send it over, dug up by Argyle, will be put over near the Tabiona side and tried to be killed, but it will be kept alive. Peart slaps it over. Allred keeps it alive. Cleared over by Allred this time. Smith to Wilson to Peart in the middle. Peart, back right corner. Wonderful work. Bear Lake Realty kill for her. She's up to, I believe, 15. Now, granted, my mathematics, I didn't go to school for math, so don't hold that against me. Here's Argyle with the service, set point. Tabiona with the attack. It will be on the line, and Tabiona will stay alive. After a battle near the scores table, the ball will fall onto the Rich side right on the tape. They're now 13-24. Taylor Thomas, Smith on the back line to Wilson, to Peart. Peart too far out of bounds. A cross-court attack from Peart on the right, trying to go to the left. It will be too far out of bounds. 14-24. Thomas, Smith Wilson to Lamborn on the left side and out. Battle near the tape. Lamborn will win that one against Mercedes Rhodes, and that will be the end of the game. 25-14 for the Rich Rebels. Just a fantastic performance, a continuation of what happened last night against the Altamont Longhorns. They will take it in 3 sets against Tabiona. Great work. Chemistry and unity, something that we saw in abundance, and great individual play as well. We'll go ahead and get ready for our post-game show. Special thanks to producer Colton and Gio Peart for camera work today. Couldn't have done it with anybody, as the Rich Rebels will take it in 3 sets. The final score, 3-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll go ahead and bring you the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show after this. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome to the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. As always, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels much success. Let's first cover some of the highlights. Let's go straight into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's out of Evanston and Rock Springs, where fresh and fast meat, delivering everyday gourmet sandwiches every time. Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street. Let's go ahead as the first set. Fantastic work by Peart. Peart, just an absolute monster in this game. She's going to end up with 15-plus kills on the day. Lamborn also adding a whole bunch. They were able to see quite a few underclassmen come in and get some work done. And there were some fantastic rallies. Rich is going to take it in 3 sets, 25-16. Second set, 25-17. Third set, 25-14. All-around dominance and great work by the Rich Rebels in all facets of the game, defense and offense. Great, fantastic. Yes, and we'll go ahead and conclude the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. This has been the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Where fresh and fast meat delivering everyday gourmet sandwiches every time. Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street in Evanston. Let's go ahead and step aside, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with online coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities in athletics and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares. Freeway Tire on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. First set dominant, second set dominant, third set dominant for the Rich Rebels. They're going to go ahead and take this one 3-0 in the set department and sweep the Tabiona Tigers. Beautiful to be out here in Tabiona. It is absolutely fantastic scenery. I'll be driving back through Mirror Lake back to Evanston, and what a pleasure it is for me to be here covering the Rich Rebels highlights. Annie Peart with 15-plus kills, Lamborn with multiple kills, Darlene Peterson getting in on it, and we also saw some underclassmen, Argyle getting some great work in all sets. She's able to get quite a few kills as well. She got up almost to 5. Great to see underclassmen coming in, Violet Taylor as well. We'll go ahead and watch this Epic Recreation, this is, I apologize, the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Let's see some highlights from the game. This one right here, an absolute monster block from Huffaker. Huffaker with great vision today. She was able to go ahead and get that block back onto the Tabiona side after just standing her ground. What a beautiful side set also from McKee, I believe, in the second set as well. The girls played fantastic. This has been our post-game highlights and have been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth. Coming up next on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, we'll bring you the Dr. McKay Frankum precision play of the game, our final score tonight. 3-0 for the Rich Rebels, as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. We're now getting ready to dive in to the Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Family Dentistry precision play of the game. That's Dr. McKay Frankum providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910. Let's go ahead, watch that play of the game. The play of the game will go to Dixie Huffaker for an absolute monster epic recreation block, as there was a sequence to and from and back and forth between Tabiona and Rich. And it's going to end with Tabiona setting up in the middle, taking off, and Huffaker just standing her ground, Lutz and Argyle to her left and to her right, putting it right back onto the Tabiona side. That will be our precision play of the game, and it has been brought to you by Dr. McKay Franken, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Up next on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, we'll recognize the player of today's game, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mountain Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Let's go ahead, if you're still joined with me on mylocalradio.com or 98.3 FM, The Wildlife. The player of the game will go to Taylor McKee. It will go to her for her great side set during play in the second set against Tabiona. We have replay footage of that. She's able to, after great sequences back and forth, she went to her teammates twice. Ball got blocked twice back onto the Rich side, and on her third time, sets up again to set up her teammates, but this time she's going to put it right to her side. Just a nice little short side set up and over and down for the points. She also is going to get the player of the game because she's been setting up everybody for the amount of points and kills that happened during this entire game. The person that's setting them up, we cannot forget, was Miss Taylor McKee for the Rich Rebels. She will be the player of the game, and we'll go ahead and end our broadcast now. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. We'll sign off from here in Tabiona saying good luck and good job, Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!